Hi, I'm Cary and welcome to MVP's Guitar Method in the style of today's modern country. What I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you how to play a bunch of Telecaster style guitar solos, and I will also show you how to play the rhythms for a few of the songs, and where you can either just accompany yourself singing them and also be able to play the guitar solos too. So let's tune up. I'll give you an A. And here's an A again for you. That should be plenty of A for you, so come back in a second and we'll start the riffs. Here's lick number 1. Now here's lick number 1 slow. Here's lick number 2. Here's lick number 2 slow. Here's lick number 3. Here's lick number 3 slow. Here's lick number 4. Here's lick number 4 slow. Okay, lick number 4 is a really good riff to play for like starting a solo or maybe even ending a solo. I'm going to start it in the key of D at the 5th fret on the A string. Before it was in the key of C, but you can do it in any given key. Just pick a key, start on the root note. Okay, we're in B flat, 1st fret A string, slide up to the 3rd. And it's just a really good riff to play, lick. In country music we call it licks. Here's lick number 5. Here's lick number 5 slow. Here's lick number 6 fast. Here's lick number 6 slow. Here's lick number 7. Here's lick number 7 slow. Here is lick 8. Here's lick number 8, slow. Here's lick 9. Here's lick 9, slow. Here's lick 10. Here's lick 10, slow. Here's lick 11. Here's lick 11, slow. Lick number 10 and lick number 11 were I was at the 7th position playing over the G triad, and then lick 11 ended at the 4th fret over the E triad. When soloing in country, I find it's best not to think modally or think over scales. When you're in a given key, think of like if you're in a key of G, picture chord forms. So a lot of times when I'm soloing, if I'm in the key of G, I'll find the G triad. I'll find the next chord down here at the 2nd position, which is good. You just find the given chord tones, and then it just sounds natural, and you find your favorite little notes in there. Just little tidbits of information for you there. I want to talk to you a little bit about getting a really good sound out of your Telecaster. A lot of it is in your right hand. I want to make sure that I emphasize this, that when you're playing, you really dig in with your right hand. Try and incorporate your middle fingers and your ring fingers for playing. I'll give you an example. Now that was, I just played that lick incorporating using my middle finger and my ring finger. Now I'm going to do it with a pick. It sounds good, but it doesn't have the same kind of bite as when you go. Here you can hear when I go to that B flat on the A string how I pull up with my middle finger. Just a little tidbit of information for you when you're soloing. You know, you'll just get more meat out of the Telecaster, and it'll come across better. When I downstroke, say on the D string, and I upstroke with the G string with my middle finger, and then grab that B string with my ring finger. And it's just good to get in the habit of incorporating your fingers. It'll give you a better sound for playing tail, and you'll get more meat out of the Telecaster, like especially in your low position. Whoops! You got to be able to grab it and just dig in. As you'll notice, it just sounds a little more beefy. Here's lick number 12. Now here's lick 12, slow. Here's lick 13, which is a variation of lick 12. Here's lick 13, slow. Here's lick number 14. Here's lick 14 slow. Here's lick 15. Here's lick 15 slow. Here's lick 16. Here's lick 16 slow. Here's lick 17. Here's lick 17 slow. Here's lick 18. Here's lick 18 slow. Here's lick 19. Alright, here's lick 19 slow. Here's lick 20. Here's lick 20 slow. Here's lick 21. Now that's a country riff. Here's lick 21 slow. Here's the right hand for lick 21. A lot of times when I'm playing out live or in the studio, people will ask me what kind of pedals do I need, you know, guitar players will ask me. And what I usually recommend, you know, where you can get an array of sounds is, first of all, you need a good delay pedal. I'm currently using a Line 6 delay modeler pedal, which gives me a different variety of delay models. To give you an example, this is a real good, just you need some kind of slap back when you're playing country music. Just to give you that. And then for the slower ballads, I like a long delay. Can you hear the taper off just a little bit? And then you need like some type of crunch tone. It's you know, so what I do is I bring a distortion pedal, and the crunch tone, I mean like say if you turned your amp up real loud and your amp was distorting a little bit, just for certain types of rhythm stuff. And I'll give you an example. So there you go. And then you need just like a real good singing kind of distortion sound. So I have this old Rat pedal that I've been using for years, and it's pretty fuzzy, but it works. And then I also have a tremolo pedal, which is really good for ballads and stuff. Like if you know, you're accompanying a female singer and you just need a little bit of just tremolo. Which is real good. I like a compressor just to, excuse me, I'm back, just to add a little bit of sustain to the guitar. That kind of thing. And so you just need, you know, pedals to add, you know, just a variety of sounds, and just because you're going to need to pull from those if you're doing sessions or playing live. Here's lick 22. Here's lick 22 slow. Times people will ask me, you know, what kind of guitar should I get? I recommend, you know, there's so many different types of guitars, you know, and they all have their own individual personalities and tones. A good telly, for playing country, you need a Telecaster, just because it's just sort of the standard, you know. But what you do after you get the guitar is most important. A lot of guys buy guitars and it's like they play a little bit and then nothing's happening. I can't stress how important it is to practice every single day. I play every day, sometimes 4, 6, 8 hours a day, and a lot of it is because I just love to play. I mean, the desire is there, and if you practice all the time and listen to all different styles of music, so every guitar player, listen to everybody from Hendrix to Albert Lee to Frank Zappa, to just listen to every guitar player and musical style you can, to classical music, you will pick and you will get little tidbits of information that you will pull from each source, which will give you a way to develop a style. And if you do that, if you practice every day, you know, you'll reap the benefits. You know, I've been a gigging musician doing sessions around Los Angeles and around the country, and playing gigs and concerts and being on the road for the past 15 years. And I think a lot of the reasons that I get callbacks and I get calls to work is because I don't take it for granted. The music business doesn't owe you anything. You owe the music business. I mean, if you're going to be in the music business, you have to play every single day and take it seriously. So that would be the bit of advice I would impart upon you. Here's lick 23. Here's lick 23 slow. Here's lick 24. Here's lick 24 slow. Here's lick 25. Here's lick 25 slow. Okay, at lick 25 I played this lick. This is a real common riff in country music. You hear it all the time. I hear guys going. It's a good blues lick. It's a good country riff. You know, it's just, and you can take and just bend it up a half step. So if you're in the key of D, I keep going to the key of D, D, A, and E. They're always a guitar player's favorite key. So just go down here. Key of C. And outlining chords. I know I talked about it earlier, but it's so important. If you're taking a solo and you're getting lost, you know, guitar players sometimes I'll be playing with them on stage and they'll just kind of clam up or get lost. You won't get lost if you're in any given key. Just find that chord. If you're in G, find a G chord on the neck somewhere and just play them notes. Find one note out of that chord, and you'll be fine. Here's lick 26. Here's lick 26 slow. That last riff that I played, lick 26, I did like a, and basically it's taking your middle finger and your ring finger and just kind of muting and upstroking and then downstroking on the B string. So you're kind of muting just back and forth. It's like a rooster thing. And you know, it's just a real effective way of playing country music. You hear a lot. So just food for thought there. Keep that in mind, and when you're playing, just, you know, mess around with that and you'll come up with your own licks and stuff. Here's lick 27. Here's lick 27 slow. Is a great riff that a great lick that you can play in any key, you know, because it starts out, you got the 10th position. Here's that D chord. You just go up and, but basically, you know, he's outlining on the solo. He's all over. Just picture them D chords and you'll be fine. Here's lick 28. Here's lick 28 slow. Here's lick 29. Here's lick 29 slow. Here's lick 30. Lick 30 is just outlining a B minor chord. So here's lick 30 slow. That was good. Here's lick 31. Here's lick 31 slow. Here's lick 32. Here's lick 32 slow. 34. Here's lick 34 slow. Here's a right hand for lick 34. Here's lick 35. Here's lick 35 slow. Here's lick 36. Here's lick 36 slow. I kind of push the neck in. This is an old trick that a lot of Telecaster players do, or blues guys will do. And the way you do that is you just kind of grab a hold of the body and then just press up by the back of the nut and just. But I did that at the end of that because we have a drop D tuning. The low E's been tuned down to a D. Just kind of a cool little trick to keep in mind when you're playing in country music. In the key of D, you drop your low E down to a D. It just gives you a little more edge, you know, and it just sounds good. So, just a little tidbit of information there. If you're in the key of D, just drop your low E down a whole step, and you'll just sound like $1,000,000. Here is lick 38. Here is lick 38 slow. Lick 39. Here's lick 39 slow. Here's lick number 40. Here's lick number 40 slow. Here's lick 41. Here's lick 41 slow. Now lick 41 I just played. That's a great riff to start out with in the key of E. You know, you can do the same thing in the key of A. Just go up to the key of A, play it the same exact way, and it's basically the same thing. It's a great way to just start out a solo, you know. Just outline those licks, and it's just a good little place to start off with, and you'll be fine. Here's lick 42. Here's lick 42 slow. Lick 43. Here's lick 43 slow. Lick 44. Here's lick 44 slow. Here's lick 45. Here's lick 45 slow. Lick 46. Here's lick 46 slow. Here's lick number 47.
Slow?
Here's lick number 47 slow. Here's lick 48. Here's lick 48 slow. Here's lick 49. Here's lick 49 slow. Here's lick 50. Here's lick 50 slow. That lick I played on 50, number 50, is really nice. The tail end of it where I go. You can use that in any key. So you can just I mean, it's right there at the we're right at the 10th fret for the D chord. So just move it up a whole step to E or down a whole step to C. But it's a good way to kick off the solo. So it's a good one. For this next lick 51, I tune the low E down to a D. So here we go. Here's lick 51 slow. And this is a good riff. You can actually, if say you wanted to go all of a sudden to the key of E, you could just bar it at the 2nd fret and go. This is a really effective lick. Or whoops, in the key of A. That's right. This is a good lick when you're going to the 5 chord. And then if you want to say you want to go to the key of E, or I mean you want to go to E, you're in the key of D and you have that low E tuned down to a D, you just bar it at the 2nd fret, which if it was tuned up to E it'd be F sharp, but it would be an open E since it's dropped down to a D, so then you just play the same thing. It's kind of a cool lick. Fun stuff. Have fun. Here's lick 52. Here's lick 52 slow. Here's lick 53. Here's lick 53, slow. Here's lick 54. Okay, here's lick 54 slow. Here's lick 55, which is a good rhythm for you to play in the key of A. Here's lick 55 for you slow. Here's lick 56. Here's lick 56 slow. Lick 56, where I played off this dominant 7 thing. This is a real effective rhythm pattern that's used very commonly in country music. Or in the key of E, if you're playing just in the E7. Just a few rhythm patterns that you can mess with, which are real effective. I mean, that you hear them on songs all the time. A lot of country songs, you'll hear this riff, you know, sped up or slowed down depending on the tempo of the song. But it's a very common pattern that you'll hear country guitar players playing. Here's lick 58. That was good. Lick 58 slow. Here's lick 59. Here's lick 59 slow. Here's lick 60. Here's lick 60 slow. On that lick, basically, in the key of C, you're just going for a seventh chord there. So it's, which, you know, you're just doing the bend. Very effective country lick. Here's lick 61. Here's lick 61 slow. Here's lick 62, which is a real good effective lick, playing in a key of C. Here's lick 62 slow. Lick 63. Here's lick 63, and this is in the key, like if you're in D, this works, this is a great riff. And that was slow, lick 63 slow. Alright, well, let's take a break from all these hot Nashville style electric guitar licks and play a little bit of acoustic here. I'll show you a few basic country rhythm patterns that every guitarist should know, and they'll cover the gamut of most of the country songs that you hear on the radio. This particular guitar I'm playing here is an older Takamine. It's from the mid-70s that my father bought for me. It's a great guitar, and it not only sounds great, it records great, and it tunes really well. So thanks, Dad. And the kind of strings that I use, that I endorse, are D'Addario strings. And for acoustic, I use light gauge phosphor bronze. On my electrics, I use XL 120s, 9 through 42s. And then for like my Les Pauls and my Gretches, I use the heavier gauge sets, I think 11 through 52s, which are great. They're great strings, they're very consistent, and they last a long time. For picks, in the studio, I like to use mediums and thins for recording. And for soloing, I like to use, for both on acoustic for soloing and for soloing on electric guitars, I use these extra heavies, this size right there. Can you see that okay? That's what I use. And let me see, for capos, I like to use a shove capo, and because they're really great capos, and they work very well for both electric and acoustic. So let's tune up here, check our tuning for the acoustic guitar here, and then we'll go over a few patterns. Here's an A for you. Okay, here's a basic country pattern for country style shuffle. You hear a lot of shuffles on the radio. They're very, you know, either an old Ray Price shuffle or a Vince Gill style shuffle. You hear them all the time. So here's a good pattern that will work for that. And how you start this is go down on the low E string, up on the D string, and then strum, and then up, or either on the low E or the D, and then strum again. So it'll go like this. It'll go. So I'll go through this pattern through the 1-4-5 change in the key of G, and it's the same picking pattern for each chord. So here we go. Okay, and you'll notice with this pattern, for the G chord, I added, with my third finger, I added this, at the third fret of the B string, I added this extra 5 chord, because I kind of like that when I'm recording acoustic guitars in the studio. If I'm playing a G chord, it just, instead of getting so, this chord's nice, a basic G chord is nice, but it's very folky, and for certain songs, adding that extra 5 there just kind of smooths it out. And then when I go to a C chord, I add the extra 5 with my little finger, playing the G there at the third fret of the high E string. So that helps it out, smooths it out a little bit there. Okay, now here's the same rhythm pattern for playing a country shuffle, but what we'll do now is we're going to use those same chords with the extra 5s in the G and the C, but we're going to go up and down. This is good for recording or if you're just playing live. So here's how you play this. I just got to tell you guys out there, when you're looking at this video, when you're watching this video, I highly recommend using a metronome anytime you're practicing or playing, or you're practicing reading music, or you've learned a new riff, and you know, you can play it at a real slow tempo like this. Hear that? And then slowly speed it up until you've really nailed it down. Working with a metronome is so important. I can't recommend it enough. So when you're learning these licks, or you're practicing rhythm, just trying to be very consistent, work with a metronome, and it'll keep you in time. So there you go, just a tidbit of advice there. So I hope it helps you out. Okay, here's example number 3 of a basic country rhythm. Here we go. here's example number 4 of a basic rhythm in A. As you'll notice how I'm playing this A chord, you just take your first finger and lay across all 4 of these, and then take your little finger and bar down at the 5th fret the B string, which gives you that 5 note, and then at the 5th fret you have that high A string. So it just kind of sounds nice. I always like adding that when I'm recording and stuff and playing live. You can always add that too, which gives you that flat 7, which is kind of gives you that swampy thing. Okay, and here's a basic rhythm pattern for you to work on. And you'll notice during this rhythm pattern, I hit the open E, the low E, and then I fret at the 3rd fret, which is that G note. And I just bend it up like a half step, not even quite a half step, I don't think. It just kind of gives it a funky little feel. You can do it in the key of D. Basic country rhythm for you in the key of D. As with country shuffles in country music, you hear lots of waltzes, so which is a great thing. I love waltzes and shuffles too. So here's a basic country rhythm for you to play in the key of E. It's a rhythm pattern that I hope you get a lot of use of. Okay. Alright, hey, a real effective thing when you're playing acoustic rhythm, if you're in, say, the key of D, drop this low E down to a D D note, that is. So a good way to match it up is with your 4th string there, your open D, and it's just kind of a nice way to fatten the chord. So in the key of D there. Go to the 4 chord here. You go to the 5. Play that A sus by raising your little finger up there. Hey, thanks again for picking this video up, and I hope I've imparted lots of knowledge about the Telecaster to you. There's some great guitar playing out there, and I hope I was able to pass along quite a few licks to you. So from all of us at MVP, thanks again.